whether it is the SIR issue, whether it is the issue of, for example, the Red Fort blast, and some tough questions they want to ask of the government. But now what is going to happen is that they'll also have to work out their strategy from inside the parliament. One is that will they allow the BJP, and will it be possible for the BJP to be able to divert attention from what is the issues which the Congress party really wants to take up? Second, will there be other parties of the India bloc who too have faced a similar situation, who will join hands with the Congress party in accusing the BJP of diverting attention? Well, strategically, politically speaking, we already know, Aman, what the Congress party is doing inside courts. Abhishek Manu Singhvi also happens to be one of the lawyers in the National Herald case. But politically speaking, this is their plan, where they are going to say that we are sure that this case will be taken up, because we know that they do not want to answer the questions being raised by Rahul Gandhi. Frankly speaking, multiple cases against Rahul Gandhi, and in each of those cases, he's always said that I wear it as a badge of honor. This is the price I will have to pay if I want to ask those tough, uncomfortable questions from the Prime Minister.
Well, certainly, Pallavi, and Abhishek Manu Singhvi, in fact, goes on to say that the condition precedent of ML, which is the movement of money and conversion of unaccounted money to white money, has always been absent. Yet he says we have a politically malicious proceeding continuing. Abhishek Manu Singhvi also saying that, ironically, Gandhi and other Congress functionaries are directors of Young India, cannot get dividends, cannot distribute profits. So what is this FIR all about? Well, I have with me Arunima now, who's brought us this exclusive copy of the FIR launched by the Economic Offences Wing. Arunima, what is new in this FIR? Or is this all, as Abhishek Manu Singhvi is saying, old wine, old bottle, old glasses?
See, the allegations remain the same. And here it has to be pointed out that ED filed this charge sheet, the prosecution complaint as it is called under PMLA, after a complaint was raised, a private complaint was raised by Dr. Subramaniam Swamy. So in that particular case, ED went on to detail how there was misappropriation of fund, how there was cheating, conspiracy, and of course, money laundering. But now if you look at the FIR, if you go to point number 9, what this new FIR states is, and this is an FIR filed by Delhi Police's Economic Offence Wing, and the reference that was sent by ED under Section 66, subsection 2 has been attached with that FIR. Point 9 of this FIR says that new facts have now emerged which go beyond the scope of the complaint that was made by Dr. Subramaniam Swamy. Now, what is this new fact? Dr. Subramaniam Swamy's complaint said that the Congress party actually gave a loan of about 90 lakhs, and that loan was utilized to float Young India, and thereby the entire shareholding pattern of AJL, Associated Journals Ltd, was diluted. Everything was put in the hands of Young India. There were 7 beneficiaries, including the Gandhis, Mr. Sam Pitroda, Motilal Vora, Suman Dubey, and others. But now, if you see the reference, this is also naming a private company. So going beyond Subramaniam Swamy's allegation, where he said a political party cannot give a loan, ED is now telling Delhi Police's Economic Offence Wing to probe whether Dotex, which is a company based in Kolkata, a private sector company, that was used as a shell company to root ill-gotten wealth, to change the shareholding arrangements of AJL, and thereby benefiting a fixed group of people, including the Gandhis, and cheating the original shareholders. That is what ED is claiming is the new reference point, and asking Delhi Police to probe it further. Whether the court will take cognizance is a different issue altogether, because that prosecution complaint or that charge sheet in the Subramaniam Swamy matter is still pending.
Well, absolutely. And what Arunima is bringing us is very significant information. I, in fact, read from this FIR that the EOW in its new FIR is saying that new facts of cheating AGL stakeholders, conspiracy have emerged, which are beyond the scope of the private complaint filed by Dr. Subramaniam Swamy. The FIR goes on to say that while, legal questions can be raised about what are the new facts which are leading to the fresh FIR, but the EOW has tried to negate that via point 8 and point 9 in this FIR, which Arunima was just informing the viewers about. It says that the facts and circumstances of the case enumerated in this FIR, issue of government properties being allotted to AGL at subsidized rates for large larger public purposes, only to be usurped and misused by beneficial owners of young Indian, and this represents a serious form of criminal conspiracy and financial frauds. The F.I.R. goes on to say these properties were given at concessional rates for public welfare activities but have been illegally diverted for personal gain, and the accused person, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, have exploited these assets by engaging in fraudulent activities such as collecting bogus rents, generating fake revenue through sham advertisements, and thereby it is the offense of money laundering and illegitimate transactions. So Pallavi, such kind of new allegations which are coming in this F.I.R. just a day before the parliament session, how do you think will play out in the parliament tomorrow? And do you think the Congress case, which it was trying to build on maybe on the SIR issue, gets a bit weakened with these fresh allegations coming today?
No, I don't think the Congress is going to pipe down on its SIR narrative against the government. In fact, if you look at the kind of politics which has been played out by Rahul Gandhi, he certainly seems to think that he should get more emboldened every time these cases are against him. See, parties like the Congress, which are in any case considered to be weak and becoming weaker day by day, they need to galvanize their cadre. I mean, the pictures which we are showing, I remember, are from the Patiala House Court, where both Rahul as well as Sonia Gandhi had gone in to apply for bail. The entire Congress party was on the streets. Much years later, when Rahul Gandhi went to the ED office, or even Robert Vadra went to ED office, you had the entire Congress cadre actually out on the streets. These are those moments which are picked up by the top leadership to try and galvanize and energize the cadre. And I suspect that's what the Congress party is going to do. Now, Ananya has been saying that there could be something significant coming out of court when that verdict is passed. Now, if that really happens, you're going to see all the Congress leaders out and about. What is the narrative which Rahul Gandhi has built up? Very clear cut, that each of these cases which are against me, whether it's on the defamation cases for RSS or Veer Savarkar, I'm not going to apologize because I wear them as a badge of honor. This is the price I'm going to pay, and I'm ready to pay. I'm ready to go to jail, is that as Rahul Gandhi has said. So he is going to use a National Herald case to make the larger point, not just tell the cadre, but also the voters and inside the parliament as well, that I expected this. Look at the timing. It's just 24 hours left to go for the parliament session to begin. And then you have this F.I.R. being filed by the police in a very old case. So this is nothing very surprising. This is a time-tested battle, narrative coming in from the BJP. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, the lawyer, who in this case, I think he basically captures the sentiment within the Congress party. So if you think that the Congress is going to be mellow or they're going to pipe down on the SIR issue, I certainly don't think that's going to be happening inside the parliament.
Well, certainly, I also agree with Pallavi there that the Congress and especially Rahul Gandhi won't pipe down on its SIR issue because they have been at it even after the Bihar debacle. But Arunima, the BJP, which has always taken a lot of pride that it has run a corruption-free, stain-free government for the last 11 years, this is certainly adding to that narrative, and the BJP won't lose this chance to, tell say in the parliament tomorrow or say outside parliament that this only adds to the fact that the Gandhis were already out on bail in the ED case, and the sword of that cognizance of that particular case is hanging on their head come December 16th, have now more legal troubles, and this is only maybe weakening the narrative of the Gandhis that the corruption in UPA government which we saw is still very much prevalent when it comes to the Gandhi family.
Gandhi family supporters will turn around and say that till the court takes cognizance, how do you know that this is not political vendetta? Something that they've been saying consistently. But two things to ED's defense and to the Delhi police's defense. One, the court was supposed to, give its order on cognizance on Saturday. And there are a lot of chatter that you hear on social media that because that order was deferred and hence this matter has been made public now. But the fact remains that this FIR dates back to 3rd of October. So much before the court was to give its order on cognizance in the charge sheet matter, where Subramaniam Swamy is the private complainant, ED had moved and already made that reference to Delhi police. Second, what ED is pointing out is that the status of the trial so far, it seems that there is a lack of consensus between Dr. Subramaniam Swamy's legal counsel and that of the ED or the prosecution in that case, because there was a specific order came in from Delhi High Court, which was, as per ED, misinterpreted and misunderstood by Dr. Subramaniam Swamy's legal team, and that led to stalling of matters or delaying matters. So there is this back and forth going on. Legal trouble is going on in this matter for all sides concerned. And I think the way out that ED's legal team has suggested to the IO is to get a fresh FIR registered so that it can be treated as a predicate offense where you do not depend on a private complainant, because then that limits the scope of your investigation. Also, the difference, Dr. Subramaniam Swami's private complaint focuses on the role that the Congress party played. It also spoke about misappropriation of funds, but put the onus on the party itself. But here, a private player, a shell company, is being alleged in this fresh FIR. Essentially, now the focus seems to be that this was a deliberate criminal conspiracy. You just did not reach out to your political party. You actually floated a shell company and acquired shares worth or assets worth more than 2,000 crore just by spending 50 lakh. And even that 50 lakh, the origin of that 50 lakh rupees is also under scanner.
Well, very interesting facts there by Arunima that maybe the agencies are not willing anymore or want to take that chance of just depending on a private complainant. They want their own agency to be filing an FIR, and that is what the Delhi EOW has done. Quickly, the 5 big takeaways that Arunima earlier provided us from this FIR. Number 1, that the assets meant for public good have been diverted for personal gains of the beneficial owner. The original shareholders of all AGL have been duped as their shares were diluted to the Gandhis, that too among only 7 members. Number 3 big takeaway, accused persons exploited the assets by engaging in fraudulent activities. Number 4, donors and members of AICC have also been cheated upon. And number 5, what this FIR says, fraudulent misinterpretation was made to shareholders of AGL, which led to wrongful gain of over rupees 2,000 crores. Joining me now is our legal correspondent who will decode this entire matter for us, Ananya Bhatnagar. Ananya, if you can distill this whole information in simple terms for the viewers, what exactly is this new FIR saying and how is it different from the ED case which is going on in the court already?
Well, absolutely. It is, in fact, a case that now turns up on the head of the Congress party because now then for the Economic Offences Wing has been coming into this picture because now what was happening since the very beginning of the National Herald investigation was that all of that complaint that has been filed by, in fact, the case that has been filed by the Enforcement Directorate was based on complaint by Mr. Swami. And just in case that the enforcement directorate felt that somewhere or the other that it could be a little risky to base that complaint on in fact a private complainant because there were a lot of questions asked by the court also while it was hearing the arguments on the point of cognizance of that particular charge sheet that has been filed by the enforcement directorate in this particular case, and that prosecution complaint also somewhere or the other had a lot of questions from the court as to why this is based on in fact a private complainant, though there were legal explanations given out by the additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju for that private complaint. But the Enforcement Directorate's team must have felt that at this particular juncture there is in fact a need of a predicate offence agency that could actually come in. And now the Economic Offences Wing has now come in. Though the Congress party can actually go on to say that it's an old wine in the new bottle, these allegations come to be very similar to the charge sheet that's been filed by, in fact, the Enforcement Directorate, and also, in fact, all of this information sharing that has been done from, in fact, the Enforcement Directorate to the Economic Offences Wing. Clear facts come out that, there was a fraudulent transaction that has taken place. There is a clear money laundering that has happened. And that is, in fact, what the Economic Offences Wing say. And, in fact, the ED also go on to say that, these Gandhis were actually indulging into a criminal conspiracy by using that particular loan to actually transfer ownership and get a benefit of over 2,000 crores. These proceeds of crime, though, go up to 988 crores of profit, but also, in fact, there is a 2,000 crores of profit that the Gandhis would want it to turn onto their own. And that's the reason why there has been a fraudulent fraud that has been committed on, in fact, the donors and, in fact, the shareholders of the AJL and, in fact, the donors of the AICC too have been duped by the Congress leaders, is what, in fact, has been stated in that particular charge sheet. Not only that, Aman, it's not only Sam Pitroda, Sonia Gandhi, and Rahul Gandhi who come into the scanner. It is the DK Shivkumar and Revant Reddy who also are a part of this investigation because on the instructions of Revant Reddy, certain donations were made. DK Shivkumar not only himself donated, but also, in fact, got these donations made from other people as well. In fact, late Ahmed Patel, one of the tallest leaders of the Congress party, who's no more, was also somebody finds his name in that a particular charge sheet that's been filed by the
Right.
enforcement directorate. Though the Economic Offences Wing is somebody who has not named all of these three, but at this particular juncture, this is in fact a big trouble coming in for the Congress party.
Well, absolutely. The National Herald case is not just legal, it is also extremely political. And coming just a day ahead, these revelations coming just a day ahead of the upcoming winter session of Parliament, we could see the heat go up in Parliament as well over this particular matter between the BJP and the Congress. Thank you so much, Pallavi, Arunima, and Ananya for joining us.